Hey guys, it's Jason with ComicCryptoStock, and today we're going to be talking about marijuana stocks. So first things first, you don't have to like weed, smoke weed. We're talking about making money off of marijuana stocks and companies that are, developing therapeutics with it, and then both recreational and other medicinal purposes. All right, so I've got a few companies that I've been looking at that are U.S. based, and a couple that are Canada based. So California just went legal the first of the year, so that's creating a real big buzz, and a lot of the marijuana stocks are really taking off because of that. So a couple that are concentrating on stuff that's happened here in the US. We got General Cannabis Corp. It's over the counter, pink sheets. The ticker is CANN. And I'll put all of the names and tickers in the description so you don't have to worry about writing them down and whatnot. This one is a really well-rounded company. They do lots of different things, from cultivate, dispensaries, they do security. One thing that's really crazy is these companies have big problems with security because being that it's still federally illegal to sell marijuana in certain states, like here in Nevada, Colorado, and California have gone full, legal recreational. We got a little bit of, one part of the government not quite agreeing with the other. So what that's kind of the situation that's created is it's made it almost impossible for these companies to get bank accounts. So basically they're dealing all cash and they have nowhere to deposit this stuff. So, it kind of reminds me of Breaking Bad when he's sitting on the whole big old pile of money. That's what these guys are literally dealing with here. So they have to have really high-tech, just badass security. So you've got, Marines, you've got Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Green Berets, just the top military guys. When they get out of the military, they're being recruited by these companies to run security teams. So these, it's a big deal with the security. So General Cannabis Corp, they have a security division, and other cannabis companies will hire them to help secure their stuff. At least until, these guys are able to get bank accounts, security is going to be a big issue. Next is GB Sciences. And that one, the ticker for that one is GBLX. That's a Las Vegas-based company. And they are like the scientists of the group. So these guys are, in lab coats. They're, developing stuff. They're setting protocols for all these other companies to follow. And as far as their niche market, they could end up, being the scientists that all of the cannabis companies rely on for information. So they could end up kind of monopolizing their entire market share for what it is they do. Terra Tech Corp, that one is, ticker is TRTC. That one is just another really big company that has cultivating and dispensaries. Another interesting one, I didn't buy this one. The first three I did buy all of those. This one is MNTR Capital Inc. And the ticker for that one is MNTR. And what they do is they provide funds for these companies. They kind of act like the bank that they don't have. So these guys will loan money or help do different startups. So they're kind of the main people that are acting, as kind of a quasi-bank to give these guys access to money if they need to expand or whatnot. What MNTR does is they end up taking shares of the company as part of their payment, which is smart, but the thing they're doing now, which maybe isn't the smartest thing for them to do, they're kind of selling the shares off a little bit sooner than probably what they should. So where they should be keeping the shares they're earning for long-term growth, they're kind of selling them off and going about it that way. So this is another one if you want to get into more of the financial play, that is an option. Okay, in Canada, the biggest company there is Aurora Cannabis Inc. That one's ticker is ACBFF. I bought some shares of this one. There's a couple other Canada companies. Now Canada is basically expected to go full legal for the entire country for marijuana in July sometime. It's not a guaranteed thing, but it's pretty much figured 90 some odd percent. They're gonna vote on it, and basically just based on, you know, what's happening politically up there, it's just really expected to pass. It's almost like, you know, just kind of procedure at this point. So Aurora Cannabis, ACBFF, I picked up that one. Now there's two other Canada companies that are pretty good also. I didn't get them yet just because my thinking was, well, I gotta have some action in Canada since Aurora Cannabis is by far the biggest one up there. I said, let me start with that one first. I'm thinking maybe some of these US companies after the first, say, quarter or even 2 quarters of this year, when the earnings report come out, those companies really could see some big upside. So I'm kind of, my own personal thought is I'm going to kind of wait to see if we can get some nice big upside for the US companies, and then maybe I'll cash a little bit of that out and then move it into some of the Canada-based companies just to kind of, you know, get some nice big bumps, you know, and then move it to Canada. They go full legal, and then hopefully get some nice big, you know, bigger bumps than normal based off just the excitement of that. So the next one is in Canada is Canon Med Therapeutics. Their ticker is CMMDF. And then another one is Emerald Health Therapeutics, and that one is CMHTF. Now, Aurora Cannabis is actually making an unsolicited hostile takeover bid for Canon Med Therapeutics. So probably within the next few months, Aurora is just going to gobble them up. So Canon Med is like a $500 million company, and Aurora Cannabis is like a $5 billion company. So they're just buying up all their shares, and as soon as they get to 51% or whatever, they're going to walk in and you know, tell the board they're fired and absorb that company. So that's happening right now. So, you know, it's possible you could make a move on that one, and just if Aurora is sitting there trying to buy all the shares up, they could bump the prices of those shares up slightly just to, you know, pick up the last percentages they need to be able to control the company. Anyway, so like I said, I own a few of these stocks: General Cannabis, GB Sciences, Terra. I picked up all those. I skipped on the Mentor for now, just because I thought that I'd probably see a little bit better upside with the first 3, and I picked up Aurora Cannabis. The other ones, like I said, probably after I get some gains, I might transfer out and into some of those Canada ones. But so they've done really well in the short time that I've owned them. See, in probably six days or something, I'm up like 30%. So that's pretty damn amazing for a stock. You know, stocks usually you're not going to make that kind of money, especially it's not just one stock I got lucky with. You know, I have, you know, 4 of them. You know, so spread it out the risk a little bit, but still, you know, up pretty solidly off those. So stay tuned. We've got I've got a couple other tech companies I want to talk about in another video. Also, we're going to talk about another couple ICOs coming. And then also I've got wind of another company where you can be an angel investor for, and that one seems pretty solid as well. So that's all coming. So guys, go ahead, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're updated when I make new videos. You know, especially if you start buying some of the stuff I'm telling you. If I ever say, hey, you know, I'm gonna, you know, come down a little bit on this one, you know, or sell this one and move into something else, you're gonna want to know that. You're not gonna want to miss that information. All right, guys, thanks. I'm Jason with ComicCryptoStocks.